Would you drop your dinner to grab someone else's? Sounds silly, right? But that's exactly what this dog did. He had a tasty bone, but when he thought he saw an even better one, he made a big mistake. Here's his story. Today's story, The Dog and His Reflection. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a scruffy but lovable dog. He wasn't the biggest or the strongest dog in the village, but he had a good heart. Every day, he would wander through the streets, wagging his tail and hoping to find something delicious to eat. Life wasn't always easy for this little dog, but he never gave up hope. One sunny afternoon, as the dog was sniffing around behind the butcher's shop, he spotted something wonderful. A large, juicy bone lying on the ground. His eyes lit up with excitement. What luck, he thought to himself. This is the best bone I've ever seen. He quickly grabbed the bone in his mouth and trotted away happily, his tail wagging with joy. The dog decided to take his prize to a quiet spot where he could enjoy it in peace. He walked through the village streets, holding his head high and proud. Other dogs looked at him with envy as he passed by with his magnificent bone. They all wished they had a bone like mine, he thought smugly. He felt like the luckiest dog in the whole world. The dog's path home took him to a beautiful path by the stream, a small wooden pier that extended over the calm, clear water. The pier's wooden planks creaked slightly under his paw as he walked. The water below was so still and peaceful that it reflected everything above it like a perfect mirror. Birds chirped in the trees and the sun sparkled on the water's surface. It was a beautiful day. As the dog walked across the pier, he happened to look down at the water below. Suddenly, he stopped in his tracks, his eyes growing wide with surprise. There, in the crystal clear water, he saw another dog staring back at him. And that dog was holding a bone in his mouth too. But to the greedy dog, it looked like an even bigger, juicier bone than his own. The dog's heart filled with envy and greed. That dog has an even better bone than mine, he thought jealously. I want that bone. Why should he have a bigger bone when I found mine first? He completely forgot that he was actually looking at his own reflection in the water. All he could think about was getting that other bone for himself. His greediness clouded his judgment. The dog decided he could scare the other dog and take his bone. He moved closer to the edge of the pier, staring down at his reflection. His competitive spirit took over. I'll bark at him and make him drop his bone. Then I'll have both bones, he thought cleverly. It seemed like such a brilliant plan. He opened his mouth wide, ready to bark as loudly as he could. Woof, woof, woof. The dog barked fiercely at his reflection. But the moment he opened his mouth to bark, his own bone fell from his jaws. Down, down, down. It tumbled through the air, splashing into the stream below. The dog watched in horror as his precious bone sank deeper and deeper into the water, disappearing from sight. The other dog in the water had vanished too, along with his bone. The dog stood on the pier, staring down at the empty water, his heart sinking with understanding. There had never been another dog. It had only been his own reflection all along. In his greed, trying to take what he had thought was someone else's bone, he had lost his own wonderful bone. Now he had nothing at all. He sat down on the pier, feeling foolish and heartbroken, wishing he could turn back time. The dog walked home slowly with his head hung low and his tail drooping sadly. His stomach rumbled with hunger, but worse than that was a feeling of regret in his heart. He had learned a painful but important lesson that day. Being greedy and always wanting more than what we have can cause us to lose everything. If only he had been grateful for the bone he already had, he would still have his wonderful treasure. Sometimes what we have is already enough. Moral of the story: be grateful for what you have. Greed and envy can make us lose the blessings we already possess. The end. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe for more tales every week. See you in the next trail.